A very good evening and welcome to UBC News tonight at 8 p.m. with me, Sharon Kyomugisha and Mugalo Mohammed on Sign Language, live from the Now Avenue. In our top stories of the day, we will take a look at the bulletin for us to see the headlines.
Brought to you by
Greenergy Ethanol Stoves and Fuel. Enjoy cleaner, healthier and affordable cooking. Cook your food in less than 2,000 shillings per day. No charcoal. Stop deforestation. We are looking for agents across Uganda. Greenergy, Bible Corner.
Catholic Church for mobilizing the youth into wealth creation. FUFA officially transfers management of Busoga United Football Club to Chalazinga of Busoga. And still to come, Agriculture Minister Frank Tumweweze launches project to expand National Farmers Leadership Center. St. Francis in Zambia Hospital emerges overall winners with 369 points. President Yoweri Museveni has commended the Catholic Church for mentoring the youth and mobilizing them into wealth creation. Museveni was closing the National Catholic Youth Conference at Our Ladies of Lourdes, Bujumbura Cathedral, Hoima City. Take a look.
Of Lourdes, Bujumbura Cathedral in Hoima City for a week-long retreat.
Thank you for loving the youth, and thank you.
The conference, which started on 10th December 2024, has ended on Sunday 15th December 2024. This has attracted over 15,000 youth from Catholic dioceses of Uganda.
Speak for those who cannot speak for themselves, the marginalized, the poor, and the forgotten. Champion sustainability, the beauty of God's creation is entrusted to us. Let us lead in protecting the environment, ensuring a future where faith and ecology walk hand in hand.
I want to thank the younger people of the Catholic Church for accepting to come here and be trained. And I'm told you have participated and you have been good students. Thank you so much. May God bless you all.
At the event, President Museveni cautioned the youth against politics of identity.
We have been having conflicts of Banyoro, Bafuriki, ezo zona nentaro za Banaku. I want kuba kuikaro mbunaku, niba Rwanda, nkese nene niziyana zonga. Awoko Banaku, niba Rwanda busa. If you go to Byamkamas, you cannot hear of Banyoro or Bafuriki. You can't, because they are all benefiting from what the little work that Byamkama man has done. So therefore, you the youth.
To overcome the burden of politics of identity, Museveni emphasized that the youth should embrace the 4 core principles of the NRM.
Please, I am pushing the one who is already ready to move. Let's get out of poverty, all of you. Because by creating your personal wealth, yourself, you are creating jobs for the others, like Byamkama has done. By using his 4 acres, he has already created 37 jobs for the other Ugandans. These are low-skilled jobs, but what comes from the farm will go to the factories, and we shall get higher skilled jobs.
He further urged the youth to fight poverty through joining the money economy, putting emphasis on agriculture, tourism, among others.
Now, this is commercial agriculture. This evyona biri habugeiga oburi mukulisa no kulima okukora sente. But then the other sector is manufacturing. That's how you come to the emyoga, the artisan skills are not agriculture, but they are it's wealth from skills. Then services of Hereza, services like boda, like hotels, catering, and so on. And finally, ICT. So if you do all this, and I'm glad that they have constituted you into Team Jesus, because that's what the the Bishop said.
The conference was also attended by ministers, members of parliament, religious leaders, among others.
All of you, the young people, we thank you for having responded positively to our invitation. Thanks for the sacrifices you made to be here, and also for the participation in the various activities of the conference.
But let me thank you for the support to our kingdom and for treating our king. Thank you so much, Your Excellency. I want to thank you for the developments in the Bumuru sub-region.
Now my honor to declare the conference closed.
The week-long conference has equipped, mentored and shaped the youth to participate in the socio-economic development of their country. Robert Onyanko, UBC News.
In more stories, a section of leaders has backed the idea behind the zonal presidential visits, referring to it as an avenue to get closer to the communities as well as an opportunity to evaluate government programs. According to leaders who mainly minister, the presidential wealth creation tours are intended to bridge the gap in communication between those in government and those being led.
For close to now 2 months, President Yoweri Museveni has been on a countrywide tour to popularize the parish development model program.
So women are now not working for just a home or just for the stomach. They are also now have learned to work for money, and they can even work within the home setting.
In it, the president visits beneficiaries and model farmers.
And it's a very practical visit because he has been going down to the farmers, to their homes, to see the homesteads physically and to listen to the farmers.
First of all, it's important to emphasize that this is an evidence-based, seeing is believing national country tour by His Excellency the President.
But what is the intention of these nationwide tours?
Is to follow on the messages that he has been giving to the people, especially in the areas of wealth creation and fighting household poverty.
As you all know, that the Master has been sowing the seeds of wealth creation, and as such he has established in the country over the years different wealth funds, and apart from just telling the people to get out of poverty, he has actually walked the talk by making sure that there's money for people to be able to access from government.
Running on the theme Securing Your Future Through Wealth Creation, the president visited the sub-regions of Tsebei, Teso, Karamoja, Wukedi and part of Buganda.
And here we're also assessing the performance of Imyoga as well. We have invested 488 billion Ugandan shillings under the Imyoga. So we need to find out how is the Imyoga fund also performing.
All these programs have caught up. People have embraced. Those who embraced and are beneficiaries are also coming out to give testimonies. Of course, majority are giving testimonies of how they use the 1 million under PDM.
In these tours, the president had ministers, including that for information, communication and national guidance, Dr. Chris Baryomusi.
ICT and digital transformation is a relatively new sector, but which is catching the ground. And you can even feel the hunger that people have for some of these services, like having a telecommunications network here in Kapchora. It's one of the issues they are raising. So we feel we are making a lot of progress, and ICT now is the definition of modernity.
The Presidential Wealth Creation Tour Organizing Committee, led by the Vice President of Uganda, retired Major Jessica Alupo, has other members that include Minister Evelyn Anite, Chief Whip Hamson Obua, and Helen Sekum.
So when we are engaging these leaders, we encourage them that work for the country, work for your people, be transparent. Let's add value to our community. Let's encourage our people to be hardworking, and let's not tolerate any level of corruption. And we should promote patriotism. We don't have any other country.
We have the president, we have the vice president, the prime minister, and the ministers answering the questions of the people, ranging from social, financial, and otherwise. So we have to discuss everything holistically, because As you know, when the president was elected, we had a manifesto which was very clear, and our slogan was securing your future.
They all testify that such checks and balances are vital for fast-tracking government projects and priorities.
As part of overseeing, as part of doing oversight, His Excellency the President is doing a mid-term review, but more focused on wealth creation. So to me, when you say it is political, wouldn't you expect a president to be touring a country? Would you expect a president to only be domiciled either at Nakasero or in Entebbe?
However, somewhere there are challenges encountered during these tours.
If the chairperson does not believe that person cannot be given a job, which means these jobs are supposed to be sold. They are selling jobs to the local people, 4 million, 10 millions, and sometimes people end up not getting given jobs. So I advise the government to remove the district service commissioners.
For the NRM party sees an opportunity to benchmark for the coming elections.
And it's helping the party to reorganize our next manifesto, because we shall be addressing some of the silent issues we have been picking based on this meeting.
The presidential tours are still on in the coming week. Robert Onyango, UBC News.
In more stories tonight, Minister of State for Teso Affairs, Dr. Kenneth Ngalo Obote, has lauded the notable progress in the performance of districts in Teso sub-region during the 2023-2024 financial year. The positive observation follows a recent meeting with local government leaders in Soroti City, where the ministers discussed regional development and government service delivery.
Engineer Magoga announced that the club had transitioned from the leadership of Diana Hope Nyago back to FUFA, which has now entrusted it to the people of Busoga under the Chabazinga's stewardship. He emphasized the unifying power of football and urged the people of Busoga to support and sustain their team. Busoga Prime Minister Dr. Joseph Muvawala introduced the new leadership of the club, headed by Haji Walubi Abubakar as chairman and Ayako as the coach. He also presented the team's jerseys and official documents to the Chabazinga, who signed them to formalize the club's new status. The Chabazinga, after receiving the ceremonial key, officially launched Busoga United as the Chabazinga's club. First Deputy Prime Minister Rebecca Litwala Kadaga praised Engineer Magogo for his efforts in developing sports, particularly football.
A correction on that. That was the Federation of Uganda Football Associations that officially transferred the management of Busoga United Football Club to the Chabazinga of Busoga following challenges faced by its previous owners. And of course, the celebration was marking Chabazinga William Gabula Nadiope's 36th birthday at Igenge Palace in Jinja. In more stories, Minister of Agriculture and More Industry and Fisheries, Frank Tumwebaze, has officially launched a multi-billion project for the expansion of the National Farmers Leadership Center in PG District. The groundbreaking marks the beginning of a 2-year initiative aimed at addressing the growing demand of agricultural training and leadership development in Uganda.
Project stakeholders, and it's my pleasure to declare the project started.
Speaking at the commissioning of the construction, Minister of Agriculture Frank Tumwebaze urged the leadership of the institution to ensure tangible results upon completion of the project.
So, let this be a center for showing people commercialization of agriculture. I've been whispering to Madam Amelia, our comrades are making a lot of money from poultry.
The expansion of the project is being funded through a partnership between Korea International Cooperation Agency and Government of Uganda.
So the whole project budget is total of $14 million US, or $12 million US from the government of Korea, and then $2 million contributed by, in kind, by the Ugandan government.
The project is a direct response to the crisis of limited facilities that has hindered the institution's capacity to meet the needs of its trainees.
You see, when you look at the parish development, the PDM, there is the pillar of mindset, change. Even government wanted to give us resources to train Ugandans on that pillar. But the challenge we had is that we had limited accommodation. So when we get this big accommodation in 2 years' time, then really the numbers are going to increase.
The Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Agriculture, Major General David Kasura, expressed his gratitude to the Korean government for its generous support.
As the second point, to publicly thank the country director and through her the people of Korea for their flexibility and for allowing us to put our ideas across and for understanding these ideas, despite the fact that they really have given us the money, they have given us everything.
The Presidential Advisor on Trade, Amelia Chambade, attended the event, underscoring the importance of the project for agricultural sector.
So we feel that we need to be advised on how to modernize our farming, how to improve, to add value to our farming, ensuring that we use more productive ways of farming.
The expansion of the National Farmers Leadership Center will provide training facilities and contribute to the country's efforts to promote sustainable agriculture and empowering farmers with modern farming techniques. Oko Joseph, UBC.
In more stories, the Minister of State for Teso Affairs, Dr. Kenneth Ongalo Obote, has lauded the notable progress in the performance of districts in the Teso sub-region during the 2023-2024 financial year. The positive observation follows a recent meeting with local government leaders in Soroti City, where the minister discussed regional development and government service delivery.
Be where we want to be, but we have moved several steps.
State Minister for Teso Affairs, Dr. Kenneth Ongalo Obote, has recognized the strides made by districts in Teso sub-region.
The leaders, that when we work together and when we sit down and assess ourselves critically, sometimes it helps us better than when we bury our heads in the sand.
The minister also highlighted the concerns raised by the technical experts present in the meeting held in Soroti City.
Political leaders do not give them the independence they need to do their work. They are always hampered, and some of the work that they do are politicized. And in their opinion, when you politicize something, the outcome is not the same as when you do it based on the need for which it was designed.
The meeting comes on the heels of the latest national assessment, which revealed that Teso sub-region had performed poorly in several areas.
It's not that Teso is losing every time. Sometimes they gain. You can find a district gaining in one area in water, tomorrow it loses in education. You find sometimes it remains like
We'll have more details on that story, but still with UBC News tonight, the country is facing a shortage of blood group O negative, a vital blood group often in high demand due to its universal donor status. This alarming situation was highlighted during a blood donation drive organized by the World Mission Society Church of God in Kampala district.
Blood group O negative is critical in emergencies, as it can be transfused to patients of any blood groups.
Yeah, as of now, we have blood group O negative, N negative, B negative, and AB negative. Generally, all the negatives are on demand. Yeah, basically, when it comes to communities, they have a negative perception, but we try as much as we can to educate them about the advantages of giving blood, and we are trying to eliminate that negativity in them.
This makes it indispensable for accident victims, surgical patients, and mothers during childbirth. Francis Mansahana of Mengo Hospital attributed to insufficient blood donation drives and public participation.
We encourage communities to give us blood drives. If we get blood drives, the blood drives basically include us having in music. Music, it is one of the key things that help in mobilization, and donor incentives as well. Having radio talks, radio shows as well is the same as radio talks, because communities are not informed. And remember, at the back of our mind, as I started, I told you that these people have negative attitudes towards blood donation. So we still need more sensitization.
However, initiatives like the one organized by the World Mission Society Church of God aim to bridge this gap.
The existence of mankind depends on blood, either physically or spiritually. In our devotion, in this initiative, is actually to, as Church of God, to raise the environmental awareness, to call out the participation, or to promote participation of blood donation to all their brothers and sisters, so that they can donate blood to save brothers and sisters. And in other words, also to share the love and the hope to all the brothers and sisters who have lost hope and
the church's drive attracted over 70 participants, including both members and well-wishers.
Ugandans should be encouraged to come on board and donate blood, because you don't realize the need of blood once your relative is not in need. But once you realize that they are in need, that's when you realize the importance of blood. So before that time, we should donate blood and save for the future.
The church's global network, active in 175 countries, supports these efforts, demonstrating the power of collective action in addressing global challenges. Sudat Kaye, UBC News.
With just 10 days to Christmas, Victory City Church Lubaga branch has hosted a Christmas carol celebrations filled with praise, worship and community generosity. The event, led by Pastor Moses Nsubuga, emphasized the sharing and supporting those in need.
As the congregation sing and dance to uplifting carols, County Light Uganda spearheaded the entertainment, creating an atmosphere of joy and spiritual reflection.
So much for me, I can't tell it all. We are the tempo, you are the voice.
In his sermon, Pastor Moses Nsubuga reminded the Christians about the blessings God has bestowed upon them and make others happy.
The thing he was saying is that it's more blessed to give than to receive. It really does something to someone's heart when they give out of what they have. It opens up doors of blessings, of breakthrough, of abundance. We give because we love people. We want to touch the people who are in need. Again, we live in Wakaliwood. We have so many communities. We have so many people who can barely afford 1 meal a day. So at a time as this, we want to actually look out for those people and bless them. Those things back to the community. And that's what we do here at Victory City Church, Busoga. Every end of year, we want to be a blessing to each family every Christmas. Now we know that some people, Christmas is a time of celebration. They have a lot of things to share, to give. They have a lot of money.
Lubaga Councillor James Mobiru urged the congregation to unite and support one another.
You see, Christians, we need to raise up. Praise the Lord. We need to raise up. Other religions are busy taking up this.
The event culminated in a food and gift distribution where every attendee received a Christmas present. Benon Mokwaya Jamil Sekaja, UBC.
In more stories, a Ugandan doctor, Dr. Stephen Eric Kedi Zuluba, has been nominated for the World Icon Service Award 2024 alongside figures like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Warren Buffett and Oprah Winfrey for his outstanding humanitarian efforts. Dr. Kedi Stephen, Executive Director of Kedi Foundation, tipped Ugandans to selflessly help others to build a prosperous nation.
In all of Africa, someone from Uganda has been nominated to Teso with the big shots, the big icons of the world. Please, President Museveni, Parliament, Honorable Anita Mong, Minister Mama Nabanja, Vice President, MPs, all political leaders, different our political parties, regardless of which party, please support and vote for me. And all Ugandan citizens, go to the link, World Service Icon Award. Just go to Google and then type in that word. It will automatically bring the website and then go to awards or to nominee and voting. You will see your son, Honorable Dr. Kedi Stephen Eric Zuluba, vote for me. I wasn't a doctor, I wasn't a PhD holder, but as we talk now, I'm a doctor, I'm a professor, I'm a PhD holder because of serving humanity, because I was recognized. So this is not the first, actually this is the third, and I believe more are coming. And in Kolone Chitongole bachita Kedi Foundation. Kedi Foundation tuyamba abanaku abatesobola ate nga era nga tebalina n'omwasirizi.
Good luck to Dr. Stephen Eric Kedi. Institutions of learning have started innovations to interest learners embrace practical skills. This follows learners shunning such skills which look science best. Now, a senior educationist, Catherine Nabukera, told UBC that expeditions would interest learners into the skills based on training, which confirms the government new curriculum.
Arab Emirates is known as a land of iconic skyscrapers, world-class shopping and rich cultural heritage, attracting millions of tourists annually. Ministry of Education and Sports call to equip learners with hands-on skills has been adopted by St. Marcelino Academy's study trip to Dubai City.
We have visited many places: Igi, Future Museum, Dubai Frame, train station. Thank you, dear parents, who have paid for their children.
A senior educationist, Nabukera Catherine, told UBC tours expose learners to different issues in life.
This goes to all parents out there, more especially those parents who sponsored their children for this trip. Next time, to continue doing that. We've gone to so many places we've never gone to. What I can say, it has been a successful journey. Our kids are all safe, they have had fun, they have a lot to tell.
The excursion broadens students' participation of the learning process, nurtures their curiosity and empowers them with workable skills. The pupils had an invaluable experience on the latest technological advancements.
We went to the Dubai Mall and I saw that tallest building in the world for the very first time. Actually, I was very happy. I've learned really much about the Dubai during the Dubai trip, plus it was very fun.
A parent, Lutaya Julius, says such skills are a life-changing opportunity.
We have received our kids back, the first batch, because there are two now. The first one, we have received them. Kimberly Lutaya, Davis Lutaya, and my American girl.
This educational odyssey has sparked their passion for learning and exploration. Benon Mukwaya, UBC.
French language teachers have gathered in Lira City in northern Uganda for the new competence-based curriculum training for French language education. This training seeks to tackle the challenges that French teachers have faced with the implementation of the curriculum, which since its introduction 5 years ago has not been accompanied by proper training for educators. Sadam Mubale reports.
For years, teachers of French have struggled to cope up with the new competence-based curriculum, which focuses on integrating project work and activity-based learning.
Activity of integration, like how to handle project work, how to use project work to teach French language, how to help the teachers also carry out project work in their classes. There was a gap. We noticed that they were struggling with to understand what a project could be and how a project work could be done or project-based learning could be undertaken in the French language. But in these last 3 days, I think the rigorous training has enabled them to appreciate and to understand what exactly it entails to use the project-based learning approach.
The training focuses on the integration of new resources and methodologies that will empower teachers to create engaging project-based lesson for their students.
The teachers have gotten the methodology of how to teach French in the new curriculum.
The training is part of the implementation of over 250,000 euros given by the French government to the Association of Teachers of French in Uganda to equip both French teachers and students with valuable skills and improve the quality of education.
We are looking at the language, which is French, a foreign language, how it can be taught in this country to benefit the learners and even the teachers as well. But mostly the learners who are growing up to become responsible citizens in this world.
Participants are optimistic about the positive impact this will have on the teaching of French.
I have learned a lot, especially in the area of project based learning, which had been disturbing many teachers within this region. But throughout the beginning of this training, I've learned a lot. Now I believe when I go back, I will be able to train my learners.
There is only one rule you must follow in order to be a winner. Number 1, defeat the undefeatable. You, step forward. I want you to box the air until it falls down. I'm not seeing it falling in. You see it falling in. Box, winning is hard, but with MTN Momo, it's easy. Simply pay or shop with Momo for a chance to win mobile money every day. Use the Momo app or dial *165*3#.
Uganda, are you ready to kick things up to the next level? The Uganda National Lottery brings you Sports Take 10. Predict the results of 10 football games and win big. With tickets at only 500 shillings, join the fun and make your predictions count with Sports Take 10. Sports Take 10, your ticket to football glory.
Uganda National Lottery. Dream, play, win.
Participants must be 18 years or older. Play responsibly. The Uganda National Lottery is operated by Ituba Uganda and regulated by the National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board.
Uncle Mo, asibi koja tukwasa. Vayo na wasajja batusonyiye. Chikakasi. Vayo.
Government has done it. Uganda Revenue Authority has taken you off the burden of paying interests and penalties. All you have to do is to pay your outstanding principal tax to benefit from the waiver of interests and penalties that runs till the end of December 2024. Call us on our toll-free line or email services@ura.go.ug.
Uganda Revenue Authority. Developing Uganda together.
Step into a world of excellence, comfort and pride with Royal Foam Furniture, crafted to perfection right here in Uganda. We bring you state-of-the-art living room furniture and bedding products at affordable prices. Our wide variety of mattresses include orthopedic, pillow top, spring mattresses suitable for institutions like hotels and many others for home comfort. With every piece telling a story of royal excellence, our products are built with the highest quality materials made to last. Experience royalty with Royal Foam Furniture, proudly made in Uganda, so buy Uganda and build Uganda. Visit our showrooms at Ginger Road, Chambogo Junction, Bukota Chisasi Road, and on Victoria Mall, Entebbe, on the first floor.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. In our business stories, the Uganda Liberal Teachers Union has launched a nationwide campaign to uplift teachers' living standards, starting with Bugisu sub-region. The initiative encourages teachers to join the union circle, foster unity and explore side income generating activities.
Chimuli Michael has started a new church in Chira Division, Wakiso District, with an intention of bringing church and God nearer to the people.
This day of celebration as we launch another community church here at Chira Mulawa. We welcome you all, our neighbors, people around Chira, God-fearing people, even those, everybody. We welcome you to come and worship with us, pray with us in this church.
Church, of which sits to a half an acre, has a capacity of 500 members, and they are planning to put a health center in the way of bringing medication closer to people. 500
people. So if it's full, we can have 3 services to 4 services. But not only have we built this church, but we have a plan of setting up a medical center, of setting up a school, a very good kindergarten and nursery, even primary school.
Pastor Michael Chimuli has informed Christians that CDMI Church Christians that this new church is the beacon of hope, love and faith in the community.
Don't end up being ashamed as a father, as a husband, as a wife. Please try to control yourself. Don't be overexcited. Don't be over-emotional. I know this is a day of celebration as we remember the birth of our Lord Jesus Christ. It's my prayer that Jesus will be born in your heart.
The event hosted over 2,000 believers, including Pastor Isaac Chiwewesi, Bishop Chiganda David, elders, and many more.
bazirabenga bapatana baabwe abazze okuyamba ku nkulaakulana mu kitundu kubanga enkulaakulana etandikira mu kutereeza bulamu bw'abantu. Abantu emitima nga tegiteredde tosubira nkulaakulana.
Ogw'ekitiibwa Apostle Kimuli n'omukyala gwe bakoze mu kifo kino
Church was opened up by PR Axel and Christian Weber.
You used to tell me that I don't make you happy. All that time you would be complaining. I'll call you every day, yeah yo, baby dondolo.
You can now get all the Chibuzi out with MTN voice bundles. Call all networks Kubei Dondoro. Buy a 25-minute voice bundle for only 1,000 or buy any daily voice bundle of your choice. Dial *100*21# and select daily or use the My MTN app. When we talk together, we are unstoppable.
Shocking statistics on road crashes in Uganda show that there were over 23,608 road accidents in a single year, 2023. This highlights an increase of 16% compared to the previous year. The Uganda Traffic and Road Safety Report of 2023 also shows that there were 24,728 casualties from road crashes, with 4,806 people dead, 16,736 seriously injured, and 3,186 escaping with minor injuries. The rampant increase in the number of road crashes and casualties in Uganda is seriously alarming. According to Uganda Police Traffic Report, 80% of road crashes in Uganda are as a result of speeding, reckless driving, and violation of traffic rules and regulations. Your life and that of other road users matters. Every life taken or injured in a road crash is an emotional loss to a family, resource loss to a business, development contribution loss to a community, and a socio-economic loss to the nation. Join hands together to reduce and, if possible, eliminate road crashes from our roads by avoiding reckless driving, obeying traffic signs and rules, and maintaining public safety intelligence to keep ourselves, passengers and other road users safe at every time. Remember, drive safe today to live again tomorrow. Tofira kukubo.
You're still watching GBC News Tonight, and of course in our last piece in sports stories, after a stellar season during which the corporate games have officially climaxed with a glamorous award dinner at Silver Springs Hotel Bugolobi. St. Francis Nsambya Hospital emerged overall winners with 369 points. St. Francis Nsambya Hospital triumphed in football, chess, and also topped the special points category. SCD Darling, that bettered all in netball, cycling, and swimming finished second, and Uganda Medical Association, that won the basketball title, was third. Total Energies fourth, and PKF Uganda, which was athletics and volleyball, was fifth. PWC Uganda, that finished 14th overall, won the woodball competition. There were other awards such as Fair Play, Team of the Year, Inclusivity, Inspirational, Breakthrough, Rising Star, Private Sector, and People's Choice Awards, among others. The corporate games that started a few years ago were this year hosted at Bishop Cyprian Chihanjire Sports Ground in Luzira, and the 2025 edition was launched at the dinner by Uganda Airlines Chief Executive Officer Jennifer Bamturaki, whose team won the People's Choice Award. The Mutalaga Frank Christmas Football Cup tournament is becoming more competitive and entertaining with each match that gets played. This after Ndeje FC from Chadondo played against Chiwoko Youngsters FC from Bulemezi that ended in a 1-1 draw at Lueza Roman Catholic Primary School playground in Wakiso district.
Centre referee Julius Kasivante referred the match to the penalties stage, and all the two sets of 11 players scored against each other to make it 11 penalties against 11. Since it had become dark with no scored penalty that could help separate the two teams, referee Julius Kasivante suspended the match pending a decision by the organizing committee to decide when the match will be played again. Football promoter Frank Mutalaga, who is also the Christmas Football Cup tournament sponsor.
Chairman w'empaka za Mutaga Christmas Cup. Nze wano bakutegeeza nti nga 25 tournament eno gye twatandika mwezi gw'omukaaga wekomekerezebwa. So nkowoola abawagizi bonna okuva e Kajjansi wano Lweza we tuli, Seguku, Zana, Namasuba, Steera, Kibuye, Tende, Ntebe, Mutungo, Ndeje okujja okulaba final yaffe ennaku z'omwezi nga 25. Tubasuubiza nti empaka zaffe z'amaanyi ddala era tusuubira ttiimu ezinaatuukawo zijja tuwa omupiira omulungi nga wano wegubadde ku semi-final. So tubasaba obutalekayo muntu n'omu. Final eritandika ssaawa 9 zennyini. So tubasaba okukwata obudde bya bwereere, teri ssente gy'osasula ng'oyingira okulaba omupiira gwaffe.
The chairman Mutalaga Frank Christmas Football Cup tournament, Katende Tony, calls upon all people in Reza and the neighboring townships to go and watch the final match of the tournament on Christmas Day for free.
Match, and you have also witnessed it, and I very much thank the performance has really improved for this year's edition, and I very much thank the technicals, teams, I thank the managers, all the spectators who have been able to make this tournament really the match has been, I came knowing because I'm the one supporting this side of the court. I came knowing that Busoga United is very hard team to be defeated. But I've tried my best to make sure that I've put all kind of things to make sure that at least I make this game to my participation. But I very much love my boys, the home boys of Busoga, for playing a very nice game. And I very much think the committee
Head FC, Desert Wolves, Lweza FC, Muti FC, Bajaj FC and Young Lions have already progressed to the round of 8. Kavumbe Elite FC will face Chibalaza FC to determine the team. Benon Mukwaya and Jim Kalyesobola.
And that's all we had for you for this hour. Do join me later on at 10 p.m. for more news coming your way. My name is Sharon Kyomugisha, and as with Mugalu Muhammad on Sign Language. Stay tuned for more programming on UBC TV.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Tuliko ground, Blascon, paint and win. Yes, yeah, Blascon, paint and win. Tuliko ground, Chicho, buy paint worth 100K. Get a scratch card, SMS the code to 7197. Stand a chance to win instant airtime, 1 million shillings bully day there, or a share of a 3 million shillings jackpot each week. What do you want the brand new bodas, tuk-tuks, and so much more? Catch the paint and win action every Monday on Bukede One, NBS, and Sanyuka TV. Blascon, color your world.
Amazina ganje
inye tekwa Seruhanga John Bosco ninduga mu district ya Rukungiri ndio muhanguzi wa miliyoni 18 na Uganda National Lottery nzahangwire urwo mu kuzana star 278 hash ngafuna message eriko mu muhanguzi nashemererwa konka nabaza kugira ngo nedi y'abafere sente ziriyo zone bakaziteka ko nazihangwire.
Uganda National Lottery. Dream, play, win.
Participants must be 18 years or older. Play responsibly. The Uganda National Lottery is operated by Tuba Uganda and regulated by the National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board.
Junko. Yo. How Chico? Check the shopping, man. What's your secret?
Haven't you heard of the parish development model PDM?
Yes, I did, but I thought it was just a talk.
No, Sebatia. It is real. I and a few friends together formed a circle, accessed money from the PDM, invested in a poultry project, and now things are moving.
Junko. I thought I was one of your friends.
You are.
But you left me behind.
I didn't leave you in poverty. What you do, just visit your LC2 chairperson and your parish chief and start the process of economic transformation. Just like that. The parish development model is an initiative from the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Local Government designed to transform all lives of Ugandans for the better. PDM, my parish, my development, my life.
Yes, I am Reverend Michael Oriem from Pentecostal Assemblies of God, West Acholi Pastorate, and specifically Pastor of Pentecostal Assemblies of God, Kirombe. I would like to send my best regards and prayers to brothers and sisters, to the nation and the body of Christians in PAG. And I want to say that not just thinking of the season, the date, but we must this season regard Christmas as part of God's eternal purpose for mankind. God came down and condescended himself to live with, to suffer with, in order to save humankind from the broken relationship that happened way back at the beginning of history. This season is very significant, but above all, the person involved in the season, God himself, whose character is excellent, not worthy of mixing with mankind, decided because of love to come down and save us from our sins. The person makes Christmas something so great. This season, let us celebrate the purpose of God and the love of God together. I want to say to our nation, I want to say to everyone who loves Christ that have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. For those of you who are traveling, please, it is my prayer that God blesses you and gives you a safe journey. For those who are celebrating, I pray that God will make you enjoy fully this Christmas. May God bless you. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year once again from Reverend Michael Oriem, Pentecostal Assemblies of God, West Acholi.
Everyone has a life story to tell, but an incredible life story is shared and told differently.
Yes, it's all about action. If you have followed movies from when movies were movies, stars such as Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Bruce Lee and the like, Tonight, we recreate this same sensation, only this time not in Hollywood, but in Wakaliwood. Welcome to this edition of Let's Talk. And on the program, we've got a man that's revolutionized action movies in Uganda like no other, giving it the local twist and turn while giving you the props that you can only imagine. Just imagine me with now this pump action gun. Yeah. Now, by the time we're done tonight, you will get to know who killed Captain Alex. Welcome to the program, Isaac Nawana, or better known as Muzei Wakaliwood.
Thank you. Thank you for hosting me.
We're more than privileged to find you in good faculty and not having someone dying on your set. How is Wakaliwood? Tell us more about it.
Yeah, Wakaliwood is fine. Yeah, it is. Wakaliwood is an action studio here in Wakaliga. Normally they call it slums of Wakaliga in the suburbs of Kampala. Yeah, it is fine. Yeah, and we, every day we think of a new action, a new, thing to bring on the film industry platform.
First, we know who killed Captain Alex. We know Tewat Sasula and the other older ones. What new ones do you have on the block coming up?
I have many of them. Endless. I have Boda Boda Killer, Kung Fu Brothers. Those are the new ones. But we have also Mzee Chansi, and there are many movies.
Wow.
I have many movies, and I'm still working on others like Isaac Ninja, which is a Chibuko Mumbali story, which I'm trying to bring on the market.
What kind of story do you say?
Chibuka Omumbali. That is going to be called Isaac Ninja. Have you ever heard of Chibuka Omumbali?
That's an old folk story.
Yes.
Story around
yeah. So I'm very soon I'm coming with a movie about Chibuka Omumbali.
But then you are giving it a new, funky feel and calling it Isaac Ninja.
Because for me, I believe that we had a ninja in Uganda, and that was Chibuka Omumbali, who used to fly, fighting in the air. So I believe that we had the ninja, and I think the Japanese are claiming that they have ninjas. They don't have that proof, but for us we have it in the history that the guy was fighting in the clouds. So for me, I want to bring that into reality, and people will see, with a lot of, it's going to be my first superhero movie.
Also, you're now moving into superhero kind of thing and creating a superhero image.
Yeah, because it is the audience of these days, they like superhero movies. So I believe we have also to switch into superhero and tap in there.
Isaac, you're an incredible guy. But let's start from where it all began before you tell us who you are. But just give us a bit of a genesis of Wakaliwood. Why do you call it Wakaliwood? I mean, is it about Wakaliga then with Hollywood mixed together like we see Nollywood, Bollywood and the like?
Yeah, it is. Anyway, it's like wood is a Christian name for the film industry.
You have to put everything wood.
Yeah, but it was Wakaliga because I grew up here. And I am working from this place, so I like Wakaliga very much. So that's why I said Wakaliwood. In fact, the first person to name it Wood, Wakaliwood was Amoto Mubalanguzi. When he visited me here, he saw the movies, he loved the comedy in the movies, the action and what. He said, oh, these guys of Wakaliwood. Then I said, oh, it should be Wakaliwood.
Wow.
So that's how.
And since then, the name is raving across and taking international recognition of many sorts. When was this, and how did you get into conceptualizing movies and even the Ugandan touch?
Yeah, I believe this started when I was very young. I used to draw a lot. Comics in the books, especially football, because I was much into football. But when I was very young, I played football. So I used to draw like a goalkeeper. By those days, we had the likes of Tebusweke could pass the ball to Latigo passes to Mugisha passes to Omondi, and something like that. And then we draw, the goalkeeper passing it. So those comics were representing video for me when I was young. Because I could not, take pictures or something like because of the cameras. So I used to draw a lot. So
you draw them in a sequence.
Yes, in sequence. Yes. So and also I would also think that also what brought into the movie in me was also my brother and the family, because when we were young, we were not allowed to go to cinema halls. We were not allowed because yes, children especially, because the violence in the movies, and it is not the action violence. You have to know that because of our culture, what violence is in the Western movies is sex violence. Our parents never wanted, even up to now. If you're watching a movie, you have to hold the remote if you're watching it with your children.
Someone is about to kiss.
Yes, because that is not in our culture. So our parents never wanted us to go there. And another reason they gave was that if you get, in love, you fall in love with movies, you will never go to school. So for me, as Isaac Nabwana, that is my name. I mean, that my grandfather's father's name. So
your grandfather's father.
Yes. They used, that is because I grew up with my grandfather. So he used to tell me that you're my father. Never spoil that name. It is my father's name. So I never wanted to do anything that spoils the name. So I never went to cinema halls. But my brother used to, escape and go and come back and tell you the stories. So when he came back, he could tell you a story that, Schwarzenegger punched something and then you feel it. He demonstrated the demonstration.
Do it with a lot of
yes, like Wang Yu, Bruce Lee. I remember Buddy Spencer. Buddy Spencer was crushing people, and I have never seen even his movies. But Robert used to tell me that Buddy Spencer crushed someone, and then you feel it. Roger Moore, you remember those days of Roger Moore. Yeah. So he could come back and tell you the stories. Yeah. So I have the imagination of Robert's, story. The gestures, he could punch and do something, and then later. We joined also Kung Fu in 1986, around there. So we started demonstrating the Kung Fu. We used to read China magazines. It was called China Sports Magazine. We used to buy them at Owino Market. By that time I was at Nachivo Brew Primary School. So we could pass through Owino and then we buy the magazines. So in the evening we train ourselves the movements we see at the back of the magazine.
Wow.
So we learned Kung Fu from there. And with the Robert's, gestures and something. Robert is a master anyway. He's my elder brother, but he's a good master. Yeah. So whenever I want to do something like choreographing the scenes, I can sometimes call him. He's very good. So that's how that's what is running in my imagination. But what is so funny is that when I watch these movies, he used to tell me, they are not as interesting as he used to tell me.
So you're putting a little more soul.
Yes, I think he was exaggerating a lot. So for me, I run with that exaggeration. I like it.
Also for you, you get his exaggeration and go with that. Forget about the little peppered down action that you eventually
of course, with that exaggeration and some comedy, because I love comedy very much.
But always your stars end up dying in your movies. No one survives in Wakaliwood. So
of course, that is one reason. That's one reason why I want people, many actors, to die to solve the equation. As in the past, they used to say that Startafa and someone never died. So meaning that that is violence. That is what causes violence when children watch the movies, because the star does not die. So when the child watch the movie, she or he thinks that if he's a star, he will never die. But for me, if you don't die in this movie, you die in the coming movie, and then you come back. So to solve the equation, when the child sees that, he or she will understand, oh, this was acted. This was acted.